Alright guys, I recently bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards off Vinted for £1. I think it's about £2 with the postage. I'm just going to go through them, see what I got. So the first card is Vice Dragon, which isn't really that great to be fair. You can summon it from your hand if your opponent doesn't control any monsters, but its attack and defense are halved. It's not really that useful as of an effect. Exiled Force. Contribute this card to destroy. That's not too bad, really. Stats are a bit low for a level 4, but the effect's okay. It's not completely useless. Flying Fortress Skyfire. The text is quite long for that. It basically needs to be special summoned by special cards, so it's not really that helpful. Quite hard to use, really. You kind of need to work the deck around those kind of cards. If you've got a deck themed around the summon reactors or whatever, it might work, like that guy in the 5Ds anime. Next, Speed Warrior, who's a pretty decent card, really. Gets double attack on the turn it's summoned, which is pretty helpful. Not too bad, guys. Zap Mustang. Yeah, that's not a great card. It's quite hard to get it onto the field, to be honest, and its stats aren't particularly great. Psychic Commander, level 3 tuner. That's an interesting effect, I think. It's not too bad. Sonic Chick. I mean, that effect doesn't sound too bad at first, but then you think you're going to have to take damage equal to the difference in attack anyway, so it's not a great effect. Black Rose Dragon, I've got quite a few of those now. It's one of my favourite cards, actually. I like the, it's probably my favourite of the Signer Dragons. We missed one. Red Dragon Archfiend. I quite like Red Dragon Archfiend now. It was initially my least favourite of the Signer Dragons, but now I've come to quite like it. It packs the most punch initially with 3000 attack, and it's got a fairly good effect as well. And you can theme a deck around the Red Dragon Archfiend archetype, which is pretty good. Junk Warrior, pretty good card. Yeah, that's a pretty decent effect, really, if you can swarm with some low-level monsters alongside it. Stardust Cypher Divine Dragon, is that? Yeah. 4000 attack, 4000 defense. That's okay, I think. It's a little bit hard to bring out, but the effect is okay. Let's see, Turret Warrior is that? I think that's a pretty good card, actually, because yeah, it can easily get quite a lot of attack by attributing something. So if you attributed Junk Warrior, for example, it'd gain loads of attack, like 3500, I think. So that can be a pretty good card. Dupe Fighter. That's an okay effect. It's a tuner. It's only level 2. That's okay. I think it has its uses. Junk Synchron is a pretty good tuner monster. It also has the ability to special summon a level 2 or lower monster from your graveyard. So it's quite easy to pull off a level 5 synchro summon. Pretty good card, Junk Synchron. Twin Shield Defender. It's kind of low stats for a level 4. It's okay. It's not great. Now we're on to the spell cards. Synchronized Realm. Each time you sync with someone, sync with monster. That's okay. I think that has uses if you're in a Synchro heavy deck. Synchro Blast Wave. That's okay. I think that has its uses. A little bit situational though. Nightmare's Steel Cage. That's a fairly good spell card actually. That one has its uses, I think. Savage Colosseum. That's good if you got a very offensive deck. Sort of forces more defensive and passive decks that they have to attack. It has its uses. I probably wouldn't use it though as a field spell. A Reload. That could come in handy in a pinch if you really needed. If you got a bad hand, for example, you could easily use that. Horn of the Unicorn. That's a pretty good spell card actually. Yeah. Scarlet Security. That's okay. A little bit situational there. Blasting the Ruins. Yeah, that's pretty much useless. It's very niche and specific. Scrap Iron Scare. I think that's a great card, really. It lets you negate an attack and you can set it down, so you can keep using it again and again. And that's all of them. So they were like £1. I don't think that's too bad, really. Pretty good haul, I think, guys. Pretty good haul. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching.